Hi everyone, Jimmy Paddock here, and today I'm going to talk to you about Arrival. A name that might have flown under your radar is that of Walker Pavera Wright. He's a seasoned Doom mapper who's been around the block for some time now, contributing maps to an assortment of community projects and only until recently embarking on his own solo efforts. His contributions to Doom 2 the way it did and back to Saturn X were robust and well received, while his level designs for the Adventures of Square were daring and journey-like, spanning large sweeping facilities and spacious canyons that take the player organically through a non-linear path that feels like a proper adventure. You will also spy his name alongside fellow mapping veterans Markaic, Tansman and Zazer in the recent mini-episode Syringe, which made its way onto the official Bethesda Unity Ports add-on page earlier this year. Pavera's levels in this set are once again lovingly crafted organic experiences that flow really well, are densely packed with action, and full of intrigue and hazards for the player to lose themselves in. A breakdown of Pavera maps goes roughly like this. They're big, generally. Carefully intertwined architecture. Tech bases integrated seamlessly into yawning natural landscapes. Full layout loops, meaning you often return to the start room or very close to it. Detail the way id did. Tense combat encounters with a surfeit of supplies provided. And archviles. Lots of archviles. Arrival's 10 playable levels also come packaged with an all-original soundtrack, courtesy of MIDI musician Brayden Hart, also known as AD79, who has some masterfully crafted MIDIs in this set, each new piece calibrated to evoke the perfect atmosphere with driving melodies, haunting harmonies, and lengthwise they're nothing to scoff at either. There are scarcely any tracks below the 5-minute mark in this set, and in fact, tracks for the bigger levels reach into the 7 to 9 minute range. I'll now cover Arrival's full set of levels and original soundtrack in more detail so you can see just what Pavera and AD both have to bring to the table. There will be spoilers ahead. Level 1, Waste Abandonment. We get off to a racing start with this opener. Fodder enemies are numerous in quite literally the hundreds here, but you get plenty of ammunition and opportunities to blast them aside with barrels. Don't be too intimidated by the monster count. This expansive treatment facility, while on the large side for a map 1 certainly, comes along with gameplay that flows like butter. Health and armor in abundance, and there's generous weapon placement and rewarding secret supplies if you know where they're stashed. For the first half of this level, you'll be taunted by maniacal archvile laughter echoing unnervingly throughout its walls. One of said vials might surprise you at the red key ambush, but then later at the blue key, you get a plasma gun and literally all the ammo in the universe for it. Golly gee, I wonder if yeah, there they are. If you're not prepared for them to descend on you from both the front and rear, then your goose is cooked. Beyond this unapologetic zombie slaughter is a treacherous canyon filled with nukage that you'd be wise to go into at a good health capacity, since rad suits are at a premium and the monsters are many, particularly archviles who at this point are leading a glass army of zombies around every corner. Then finally 2 more Brothers Vile might send you scurrying just before the exit. AD79's original track, Digital Nomad, is catchy and dramatic in equal parts, featuring a host of excellently constructed melodic lines that weave dutifully in and out along with the level's action. Waste Abandonment makes a powerful first impression and introduces you very quickly to Pavera's penchant for hyper-aggressive gameplay. A rollicking good time, and despite the heavy artillery you're pitted against, you'll probably be hard-pressed to die here unless you're really careless with your health. Also, is it me, or is the rad suit effect slightly nicer to look at now? Level 2, Saltstone Sanctuary. Be ready for a scrap as soon as you leave the entrance room. The main hub of this area is a firecracker. Your main threats as you ascend the cliffside are revenants, arachnotrons and mancubi in sniper positions, who will go out of their way to make life difficult for you. A nasty shock awaits you behind the yellow door if you're a poor sap like me who can't prioritize agitated skeletons with homing missiles over widdly little hit-scan rifle zombies. A mostly harmless cyberdemon will then get released as soon as you have the key for the exit, but once again Pavera is kind enough to furnish you with all the ammo you could ever wish for. You just need the guts to use it wisely. AD's Crawler is a well-orchestrated balance of thrumming synth bass and melodramatic timpani, and has a cool square wave solo in the middle of its runtime to cap it all off. With optional areas aplenty, Saltstone Sanctuary is stacked up to the nines with goodies that you can easily make use of to dispel your opposition, continuing what the first map brought us in terms of fun, silky smooth gameplay, but also delivering a very appreciable aesthetic of white cobblestone canyons with dusty brick interiors. Just don't lose your cool if you ever find yourself in enclosed quarters. I think I did. Level 3, Water Putrefier, another spacious tech base overflowing with liquids and demons alike. This one will confound you from the very start with a hot-blooded ambush of zombies and high-tier enemies alike. Grab the yellow key at the top of this stairwell to nowhere, make the water icky like the map name suggested, and then try not to become a human torch. Beyond the yellow door's fluid tunnels, you'll be ambushed by a legion of pinkies, an archvile who's extremely problematic if RN Jesus isn't smiling on you, and the first encounter with pain elementals in this set. AD-79's base-driven, Bond-esque Urchin sets the scene of infiltrating a dark and gloomy facility where sordid activities abound. Once past the red door, you'll loop around the starting room in a really cool way, and a spider mastermind will appear in the center, in a setup not unlike back to Saturn X's Total Exposure. I see what you're about, Pavera. This one is great explosive fun, almost as much as the tech-base oriented carnage from level 1, although I did find myself looping around on myself a lot. Mind you, I have the directional awareness of a concussed snail, so there's that. Water Putrefier is crushingly good stuff. Hey, speaking of which... Level 4, Free Press. Dislikers of Crusher should probably leave the room right now. The puntastically named Free Press has a callous ceiling-based trap around just about every corner. This is one of those maps where I feel it'd be appropriate to say that the level itself seems to set itself up as an enemy just as well as the monsters. It's the ceiling threatening to cave in on you, it's hordes of enemies pouring out of the walls, or the innumerable pitfalls full of hot coals. The red key is guarded by 2 cyber demons on a platform. You can theoretically snatch it from under their hooves if you're quick on the draw, and if you like being turned into fish paste, this is the ideal maneuver. This zombie slaughterfest is ridiculously cathartic. Just be on the lookout for their multiple Revenant Guardians and the squadron of Vials who will do their admittedly futile best to undo your explosive handiwork. While all this is going on, you're treated to AD's brilliantly tense and perilous MIDI Pressure Cooker, which frankly could not be more aptly named. Level 5, the Spectre's Manse. Gloomy, beguiling, and derelict, until you grab the chainsaw. While the levels in Arrival so far have not been without their challenges, this is the first level that truly feels dastardly and underhanded, like it's taunting you with every successive encounter. The chattering Revenant turrets in this first big brawl will send you flying if you're not careful, and Pavera refuses to pump the brakes from that point on. Make sure you do a running jump grabbing the red key, or you will miss some sorely needed supplies for the Cyber Demon and his cronies that spawn in. I don't think I need to say it, but rest assured that AD-79's MIDI will send chills through your eardrums. It's drippingly sinister, deeply unstable, and sets you up for the incorrigible challenge ahead of you. Listening to it, you feel like an unwelcome inhabitant of the Spectre's Manse. Level 6, The Ledge, a towering, vertically inclined fortress of wood and brick set into a mountain pass strangled with hellspawn. I think this map is where Pavera starts saying in no uncertain terms with his monster placement, particularly that of Archviles, that you've just got to deal with it. The Vials here will seize every opportunity they can to turn you into ash from afar. This Cyber Demon in the blue key basin will send you skyward if you're not prepared to teleport right at his doorstep for the goodies he's guarding. AD's subdued, ghostly dream dweller sets the stage, of course, humming and sparkling playfully in the background of all this non-stop carnage, as if to gleefully giggle at you from the shadows. The cinematic conclusion to this map also kind of floored me. BFG your way to the heavens, and then move on to... Level 7, Shrine of Moss. The gloves are officially off. If you lose your nerve for 1 second in this map, you'll be cut to pieces, or lose vital health for the many mandatory treks across the molten lakes. You'll be assailed from all angles, and expected to use your space efficiently. Pavera makes you work to find your trusted arsenal in Shrine of Moss, even the humdrum shotgun apparently. There's a highly useful computer map and backpack you can grab without any hassle if you head to the right at the very start of the map. Exercise extreme caution in this outdoors area, which is glutted with sniping mancubi, but exploring it is worth it for the very tucked away super shotgun. I missed it on my playthrough and had to shotgun a Baron to death. My bad. Shades of Back to Saturn X's finale map by Tango bleed through in this offering, with its spacious nature, aesthetic theme of an overgrown natural presence encumbering the landscape, and ferociously bloody-minded combat setups. And this is helped along in no small part by AD79's MIDI, which takes you on quite the musical journey with the soaringly melodic In Search of an Answer. Once you've found all 3 keys, you can escape, although we're far from safe ground yet. Level 8, Bloodstone Citadel. This gorgeous but treacherous crimson hellkeep suspended in a scorching sea will wreck your shit. Look at this opening. That pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the map. You'll be expected to go up against unreasonably numerous clusters of mancubi, arachnotrons, revenants, and rest assured there'll be an archvile around basically every turn, because this is a Pavera map. Chief among the various ways to die in Bloodstone Citadel is the precarious path to the switch that lowers the red key, which can go one of 2 ways. I think part of my soul just died. Down towards the south, there are optional switches you can press as long as you have the correct key, and these lead you to various locations across the map brimming with goodies, and baddies in some instances. Fans of careening into inescapable pits will love this impossibly deep rabbit hole right before the exit. Look, there's even a rocket launcher if you fall in with max health and can't be bothered to wait for death's soothing embrace. Not much can prepare you for the egregious assaults you'll face here in this map, but AD's necrocosmic alchemical apparatus does its level best. Ah, who am I kidding? It's a friggin' knockout. Much like the map, really. Level 9, the Writhing Altar. This map foams at the mouth. Pavera closes off proceedings with a barbaric, sprawling affair built around a seething megastructure swallowed by vine growth and stuffed to the gunnels with enemies. The level is fulgent with colour and show-stoppingly scenic imagery, but it's so angry. If you even think about procuring one of the 3 compulsory keys, the map will do everything in its power to send you fleeing in terror. The teleport ambushes that steamroller in with every key grab will seek to stomp the resolve out of you. I don't know what it was about this cocktail of revenants, barons, and chain gunners that had me so desperately fighting for my life, but it was relentless. The pop-up cyberdemon in the centre guarding the red key will summarily blast you to bits if you're slow on the uptake, and this archvile guarding the yellow key somehow thwarted just about every one of my attempts to topple him. Maps of this grandiosity and sheer fiendishness could probably quite easily be mistaken for a Sunlust offering, and hyperbolic though that statement is, I don't think I'm saying that just because I'm probably the worst Doom player in the universe. This level is, not to put too fine a point on it, tumultuous, but a fitting and distinctly memorable finale to the set, for sure. The anthemic AD79 MIDI for Arrival's climactic final movement is somehow sorrowful yet triumphant, its tolling bells marking your struggle between life and death, are as ceaseless as the combat, and if the writhing altar doesn't fill you with a mortal sense of dread, well, Arrival just might. Level 10. Arrival. That concludes my in-depth look at the levels, and I sincerely hope you give Arrival a proper go. It's great fun, looks amazing, and has a killer soundtrack. I hope this isn't the last we see of Pavera's mapping efforts, and I'm positive we'll be seeing more great music from AD79 in the near future too. I hope I provided an informative overview of what Arrival is. As usual, a link to play it is in the video description. That's all for now. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Doom WAD Overviews. If you like my work and want to throw me some support, please consider visiting my website, jamespaddockmusic.com, where you can commission me for work. Alternatively, you can join my Patreon. Becoming a backer means you get an early look at videos like this one, access to my private Discord, discounts on commission rates, and sneak peeks at exclusive content. That's everything for now. Cheers!